Have you ever walked into a room only to forget why you went there in the first place, or struggled to recall the name of someone you just met? It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's the good news: your memory isn't doomed to fade away just because you're getting older. In fact, there are simple daily habits that can keep your mind sharp, your thoughts clear, and your memory strong no matter your age. Think about this: your brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens over time. But if you train it the right way, it stays strong, alert, and even improves. That's what we're going to talk about today. 6 simple habits that can help you maintain a sharp mind and prevent memory loss after 60. And don't worry, these aren't complicated or overwhelming changes. They're small, practical things that can fit easily into your daily life and make a world of difference. Let's start with something powerful: moving your body to strengthen your mind. You see, a lot of people think memory loss is just about the brain, but here's the truth: your brain and body are deeply connected. When you exercise, even if it's just a short walk or a few stretches, you're increasing blood flow to your brain. This brings in oxygen and essential nutrients that help your brain stay healthy and function at its best. Studies have shown that people who stay physically active are far less likely to experience memory problems as they age. Now, you don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Something as simple as a 20-minute daily walk can boost brain function, improve mood, and even reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. And if walking isn't your thing, try dancing, gardening, or chair exercises. The key is to keep moving. Your brain will thank you for it. But movement alone isn't enough. What you feed your brain matters just as much. Imagine this: you wouldn't put cheap, low-quality fuel in a high-performance car, right? So why do that to your brain? Every bite you take is either fueling your brain or draining it. One of the best things you can do for your memory is eat brain-boosting foods. Think about foods rich in omega-3s, like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds. These help build and protect brain cells. And then there are antioxidants found in berries, dark leafy greens, and even dark chocolate that fight inflammation and keep your brain in top shape. But here's something most people overlook: hydration. Dehydration, even mild, can cause brain fog, fatigue, and forgetfulness. Make it a habit to drink plenty of water throughout the day. If plain water isn't appealing, try herbal teas, flavored water, or even water-rich foods like cucumbers and oranges. Now, there's something even more powerful than exercise and diet when it comes to memory: how you use your brain daily. The truth is, your brain loves challenges. It thrives on learning. If you're doing the same things over and over, never stretching your mind, your brain gets lazy. It starts to slow down. That's why one of the best things you can do is engage in mentally stimulating activities. This doesn't mean doing crossword puzzles all day unless you love them. It means exposing your brain to new things, learning a new skill, playing a musical instrument, even trying to use your non-dominant hand for simple tasks can create new neural pathways and keep your brain strong. The key here is variety. Read a book, take up a new hobby, learn a few words in another language. Anything that challenges your brain and keeps it engaged. Even something as simple as switching up your daily routine can make a difference. And speaking of routines, one of the most underestimated factors in brain health is quality sleep. You might have noticed that when you don't sleep well, your memory isn't as sharp, your focus drifts, and everything just feels a little off. That's because your brain does most of its housekeeping while you sleep. It clears out toxins, strengthens connections between memories, and processes everything you've learned throughout the day. Yet, so many people neglect their sleep, thinking it's just a normal part of aging to get less of it. But that's not true. You can improve your sleep, and it starts with simple changes, like keeping a regular sleep schedule, avoiding bright screens before bed, and creating a relaxing bedtime routine. If you give your brain the rest it needs, you'll wake up sharper, more focused, and ready to take on the day. Now, let's keep going, because there's another powerful habit that can make all the difference in keeping your mind sharp. Now that we've talked about the importance of movement, nutrition, mental stimulation, and quality sleep, let's dive into another habit that plays a massive role in keeping your mind sharp: managing stress effectively. Think about the last time you felt really overwhelmed. Maybe it was a sudden change in your routine, a difficult conversation, or just the daily pressures of life piling up. Stress isn't just something you feel, it has a direct impact on your brain. When stress becomes chronic, it releases a hormone called cortisol, which in high amounts can actually shrink the part of your brain responsible for memory, your hippocampus. That's right, too much stress can literally make it harder to remember things. But here's the good news: you have control over how your brain reacts to stress. It all starts with simple daily practices that help you relax and reset. Deep breathing, meditation, or even just taking a few moments to sit quietly and enjoy nature can lower cortisol levels and keep your brain functioning at its best. One of the most effective ways to reduce stress is practicing mindfulness. Now I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but at its core, mindfulness just means being fully present in the moment. It's about focusing on what's happening right now instead of worrying about the past or the future. Try this. The next time you eat a meal, slow down and really taste your food. Notice the textures, the flavors, the warmth. Or when you're outside, take a moment to listen to the sounds around you, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the distant laughter of children playing. These small moments of awareness train your brain to stay present, reducing mental clutter and improving focus. Another simple way to combat stress: laugh more. It might sound too easy, but laughter actually boosts brain function, increases circulation, and releases endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Ever noticed how after a good laugh you feel lighter, clearer, and more energized? That's not just in your head. It's science. So make it a habit to seek out humor daily, whether it's a funny movie, a joke with a friend, or even just watching playful animals. Your brain will love you for it. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to brain health: social connections. Humans are wired for connection. Even if you're more of an introvert, your brain thrives on meaningful interactions. In fact, studies have shown that people who maintain strong social ties have lower rates of cognitive decline as they age. Social engagement keeps your mind active, strengthens neural pathways, and even boosts emotional well-being. But let's be honest, staying socially active can sometimes feel like a challenge. Maybe old friends have moved away, family members are busy, or social opportunities aren't as easy to come by as they once were. But that doesn't mean you should isolate yourself. Even small efforts, like having a conversation with a neighbor, joining a community group, or calling a loved one, stimulate your brain in ways that nothing else can. And here's something powerful: learning something new with others strengthens your brain even more. Whether it's a book club, a cooking class, or a simple game night, engaging with others while challenging your mind is one of the best ways to keep your memory sharp. But here's the key: quality matters more than quantity. It's not about how many people you know, it's about the depth of your interactions. Even one meaningful conversation a day can make a difference. And if you ever feel like loneliness is creeping in, don't ignore it. Loneliness isn't just an emotional state, it's a serious health risk. It can lead to depression, increased stress, and even a higher risk of dementia. So take small steps to reach out, join a group, call a friend, or even start a conversation with someone new. Your brain will thrive on that connection. Now that we've talked about how social connections play a role in brain health, there's one more habit that ties everything together and keeps your memory strong for years to come. Now that we've covered the power of movement, nutrition, sleep, stress management, and social connections, let's talk about one final habit that ties everything together: having a sense of purpose. Think about this. Have you ever noticed how people who are truly engaged in life seem to have more energy, more enthusiasm, and even sharper minds? That's because when you wake up each day with a reason to keep moving forward, your brain stays active, alert, and focused. Purpose isn't just a feel-good idea, it's a scientifically proven way to keep your brain young. In fact, research has shown that people who have a strong sense of purpose are less likely to develop cognitive decline, depression, or feelings of isolation. Why? Because when you have something to look forward to, whether it's a personal project, helping others, or simply learning something new, your brain keeps building and reinforcing neural connections. But let's be real, not everyone feels like they have a grand purpose, and that's okay. Purpose doesn't have to mean starting a business or making huge life changes. It can be as simple as teaching a grandchild a new skill, volunteering in your community, taking up a new hobby, writing down your life stories, helping a friend who needs support. It's about finding something that gives your days meaning, something that makes you feel engaged, needed, and fulfilled. And the best part? Purpose gives you energy. It gets you excited to wake up in the morning. It gives your mind something to focus on beyond daily routines. And most importantly, it keeps you mentally and emotionally strong. If you're not sure where to start, ask yourself, what do I love? What have I always wanted to try? Who can I help? The answer doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to give you something to look forward to. And here's something powerful: your purpose can change. What excited you in your 30s or 40s may not be the same now, and that's okay. The key is to keep exploring, learning, and growing no matter your age. So if you've ever thought, I'm too old to start something new, let that idea go right now. Your brain doesn't stop learning unless you stop challenging it. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you create new pathways in your brain that keep you sharp, focused, and engaged with life. And here's one final thought: aging is not about slowing down, it's about adapting, evolving, and finding new ways to thrive. Every single habit we've talked about today, staying active, eating right, sleeping well, managing stress, maintaining social connections, and having a sense of purpose, works together to keep your brain sharp, your memory strong, and your life fulfilling. And the best part? You don't have to do everything at once. Small changes lead to big results over time. Start with one habit and build from there. Your future self will thank you. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What's one thing you're doing right now to keep your mind sharp? Let's inspire each other to stay strong, focused, and full of life, at any age. Thank you for watching, and remember, your best years are still ahead.